Hey folks, Stay from the 6 here, coming to you from the Florida RV Supershow 2026, and really excited to show you some LIV products. We've been dying to show you these because they are such lightweight trailers. You're looking at a plastic composite trailer. They actually have a picture of one floating in water. That's how watertight it is. Today we're going to look at the LIV 16FL. So this is a nice in-between floor plan. The weight's right around 1,750 pounds, GVWR of around 2990, and that's kind of in the middle of their lineup. So they have some that are lighter, they have some that are bigger. Really interesting floor plan. You've got dinette on one side, bed on the other side. We've got a dry bath. So lots of exciting features inside. We're going to do our usual. We're going to walk around the outside. We'll take a look inside. I'm going to go through my final thoughts. But before we dive into the walkthrough, a big thank you to the sponsor of today's video, the Outin Mino portable espresso maker, your barista for adventure. All right, we'll start our walkthrough here on the utility side of the trailer. And we're going to start with a pass-through. So it's a very small opening on this side. It's a much bigger opening on the other side. But you can definitely put all your tents and everything in there. So I love the fact that we get that pass through here. We have a 6-gallon hot water heater right here. And then down below we have our low point drains. So that is a 30-gallon black tank. So very large black tank for a trailer of this size, that's for sure. You can see that this trailer has off-road tires and wheels. So this has an off-road package. It's actually not an inverted axle. They've actually put a lift kit on it to give it a little bit more ground clearance as well. So that's nice. That is optional though. So standard, it's going to come with regular on-road tires and without the lift kit. We've got the 30 amp plug here, and it's the kind we like where the cord set is separate from the trailer. And then we have our cable right here. So there is a TV inside of this trailer. We have fresh water and we have the city water connection. The fresh tank is 20 gallons on this trailer. And then down below we have the sewer outlet. So this is, I guess this is the black then, and that was the gray, but it's 30 gallons. So both of those waste tanks are 30 gallons, which I really appreciate. I mean, 30 gallons is going to allow you to boondock for a lightweight trailer. That's going to give you more boondocking time than you usually get. So then we have another huge pass through here. And some people say, Greg, you say huge too much, but this is truly huge. And you can see we've got our water tank here as well, but plenty of space to put all your stuff here. Now, of course, here we're at the back of the trailer. So if you're loading this up, you would have to be careful that you don't take too much weight off of that tongue. All right, so we do have a bumper. It looks like we could probably store the hose in there. Yeah, we could. Part of the off-road package is a spare tire, so you can see that we do get the spare here with a nice carrier to hold it. And the spare is optional if you don't get the off-road package. So, but you could still get a spare if you wanted one. And we're going to just squeeze through here. And again, this is all composite, folks. 100% composite trailer. Here's the other side of the pass-through. And again, I love that they give you a tie-down hook as well. That's kind of handy. So on the nice toy hauler type of flooring. We do have stabilizers, and we have them on all 4 corners, which is great. And they look very heavy duty as well. And you can see that they have to go down quite a ways because of that off-road package. We do have quite a bit of ground clearance. I like that it does upsweep a little bit as well. So that's going to help with ground clearance as well. So I still wouldn't necessarily say that you're going to go way off-road with this, but it's definitely a nice feature. All right, so a little unusual to see the shower on this side, but here it is right on the camp side. So you could almost set up a little camp's kitchen here if you wanted to and use that as your sink. You've got 120-volt outlets as well. Of course, another one of those off-road tires. And we do get a screen door. And it's a friction hinge, as you can see, which is great because we have this awning right here and glass door. So that's nice. Grab handle. We have our Lippert solid steps, which is nice. So, you know, the trailer's not going to rock and move a lot when you get in and out. We're back around to the other side of the front pass-through. So you can see you have a nice sized compartment here. So in terms of storage, you've got just plenty of outside storage. In fact, it'll be interesting to see if we can lift up the bed and get at that back compartment from inside, or maybe even lifting up the cushions. Let me just see. No, it's solid. All right, as you can see, we do get an awning on this unit. It looks like it's about maybe 7 or 8 feet. It's not a huge awning, but it's definitely going to give you some good coverage when it gets a little rainy, or just to give you a little bit of shade from the sun. Definitely do not want to keep this out when the wind gets going though. And it does have an LED light strip. It's not on right now, but you can see it's got the LED light strip up there. And then we're going to just scoot around to the front, and you can see that we have a nice little holder for our 7-pin connector, and this one comes equipped with a power tongue jack. I don't know if that's standard or optional, but anyway, you can definitely get one, which is the main thing if you want it. We have a single propane tank on this unit, and we have a battery box. Now there is an optional solar, lithium, and inverter package on this trailer, or you can just get a solar panel option as well with a 200-watt panel up on the roof, which is going to be important because you'll see that we have a 12-volt fridge. As we've been saying, almost all trailers nowadays are going to the 12-volt fridge. All right, we're inside of the 16FL, and we're going to do the interior walkthrough in just a second. But first, I'm really excited to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, the Outin Mino portable espresso maker. If you love coffee, you're going to want to watch this. As you can see, this unit is very, very compact, yet it makes an espresso that's as good or better than our countertop espresso machine at home. Plus, it's so convenient, I'm gonna make an espresso right here, right now. So I'm just gonna pop the cup off, and I'm going to pop this open, just put our Espresso pod in, put that back, screw it on, then I can put this here. Just put the water in the top, put the lid on, and I'm going to hold the button for 2 seconds, and now we are making our espresso. While the water is heating, let's check out all of the places that we've made different kinds of coffee with our Outin Mino. The Outin Mino is your barista for adventure. You can use it anywhere and make all types of coffee, from an espresso on the trail, to an Americano in your RV, to a latte at home. It works with Espresso pods, or you can use ground coffee. You can use boiling water for up to 500 cups on one charge, or the unit can heat the water for up to 6 cups per charge. But the most important thing is, we absolutely love our Outin Mino because the coffee it makes is delicious. All right, it's finished heating the water, so we're gonna make our espresso now. And wow, look at that crema. Just incredible for a small portable coffee maker. Now this is the second Outin machine that we've owned, and they've both made just fantastic coffee. So I'm really comfortable recommending the Outin Mino to you. But first, let's give this coffee a try. And that's good coffee. I'm going to leave links and a discount code for 10% off in the description. Outin Mino, your barista for adventure. Let's head inside the LIV 16FL. As we come in, we're sort of a mid-entry here. We've got the dinette on the right with the fridge and the TV right across from the door. The bathroom is in the middle, so this is a mid-bath model. The kitchen is right to the left of the door. And then we have, I guess it's a double bed. It's fairly narrow at the back, and there's overhead storage throughout. Let's head inside and take a look in a little bit more detail. All right, so we're gonna look at the dinette area first. As you can see, we have a fire extinguisher. We also have a 120 volt outlet down here. And then we have our dinette, and it's a nice U-shaped dinette. The table rotates. It's on kind of similar to a Lagoon mount. It's locked at the front there, but it's going to rotate in both directions. So you're easily going to be able to get somebody into the back seat. And so I like that as a feature. Got nice little black accent trim here. And we do have a shelf up here. It's got a very good lip. The lip's about that deep, so you probably could leave stuff in there during transit. So that's a nice feature. And then right across from me here, we have the TV. And it looks like it's a smart TV. And then we have the 12 volt fridge. And as I mentioned earlier, there is a solar panel option. Nice big freezer. And you know, for a trailer that only weighs 1,750 pounds, this is a Great sized fridge. I wish we could get a propane one, but it just seems that they're just not available anymore. A lot of the manufacturers I'm talking to are just saying we just can't get them. So even if we wanted to put one in, we couldn't. Okay, so I've switched side with the cameraman or camera woman, my wife Delila, and we're just going to show you the kitchen area. So first we're going to show you the controls. So we have our tank monitors. We also have our awning switch here and our battery monitor. And looks like we have, I'm guessing that this is the hot water switch right here. And we have our fuse panel down there. Nice, easy to get at place for it. So appreciate that. And then we have, surprisingly, looks like a 3-burner stove. Yep, 3-burner stove here. We do have a nice little drawer to put our kitchen gadgets and cutlery and so on in. So appreciate that. I would, though, appreciate even more, though, if we had a little bit more storage down here. Unfortunately, they've used that space with a fireplace. I'd love to not have the fireplace and have storage there, but that's just me personally. So as you can see, we do get a hood vent for the stove. I know a lot of people feel really strongly about that. We do have a little exhaust fan up here as well. But anyway, you've got your vent for the stove right above the stove, which is nice. We do have a nice little storage area up here, and you can really see the plastic construction of the trailer in this cabinet. Give you a really good sense of how it's made. I just think it's really cool that this trailer will float, and that, you know, that's an extremely lightweight material. So 1,750 pounds is quite impressive. We do have a microwave here, and so it's not a convection microwave, just a regular microwave, but still a nice feature to have for sure. Nice stainless steel sink and nice residential style faucet. It's not a pull down faucet, however, and it's a little stiff for turning as well, which is interesting. Now right beside the kitchen here, so I'm just coming into the bedroom area almost, but we do have a nice large storage cabinet right here. Whoops. All right, we're going to look at the bedroom area now, and as you can see, we have storage up top. We have 3 storage cabinets. That's great. That's going to give you a place to put some clothes and so on. And then as we come down to the bed, I believe it's either 48 or 54. It's not the biggest bed, so it'll definitely fit 2 adults, but it's going to be 2 adults that are pretty cozy with each other. But nice setup. You've got a window on one side. You've got the fan in the middle of the trailer. You've also got the window in the kitchen. So you're going to be able to get a nice breeze, hopefully. Keep things cool when you're not using the air conditioner. So speaking of windows, I just wanted to show you that kitchen window. And it does have the blind and the screen. And unfortunately, they've done it backwards. So the screen should probably be at the top and the blind should be at the bottom. But in any case, that's how they've done it. But you can have any combination of the two, of privacy and ventilation that you want. So appreciate that. But if you just spin around, there's no windows in the dinette area. It would be nice if we had one window in the dinette area as well, I think. Now, the one thing that I would love to see a little bit different on this bedroom area is just, if you look down below here, there is no door or anything to access that huge underbed storage. And the bottom of the bed doesn't lift up either. So I really wish we had some interior access to that storage, because we'd be able to put some clothes in there or what have you. We're going to check out the bathroom now, and I'm just going to kick off my boots, and in we go. Okay, so I'm going to sit down. So they've really allocated a lot of the space in this trailer to the bathroom. So you can see I have a huge amount of space here, lots of leg room. The height of the toilet is perfect, and even good elbow room on both sides. So 2 thumbs up to the toilet, and let's just step into the shower. Okay, so take my hat off. In the skylight, I have probably another inch or 2 of headroom. You know, I'm kind of looking eye to eye with the shower head, so I wouldn't mind if we had a little bit more height in here, but nonetheless, I can stand up straight. Now I'm 6 feet. I would say once you get past 6'2", 6'1", 6'2", you're probably going to be hitting the roof. So, but for anybody under that height, you're going to be fine. It's good amount of space, so I would shower standing this way, and as you can see, Plenty of elbow room on both sides, so definitely going to give it 2 thumbs up. A couple of other nice little features in the bathroom. We actually have a toilet paper holder. You wouldn't believe how hard that is to come by in some RVs. So, and love that it's also in a spot with plenty of space. And you've got, even though you don't have like a vanity, you've got plenty of space to put all your bathroom gear when you're camping here. So you're not going to have, it's going to be a good camping experience. You also have a towel rack. They have the room for a wider one, so I wish they'd put a little bit of a wider one, but still appreciate the fact that they're giving that to us right out of the box. And there is also a towel rack right here in the corner so that you can put your hand towel here. Now, we don't have a sink in here though, so I'm not sure, but still, we'll take any extra places to hang towels that we can get. And then as we just look up on the roof, you can see that we have an exhaust fan. So we're going to be able to keep the humidity moving out of the bathroom and not getting into the trailer. So that's a nice feature as well. So everything you need in this bathroom. So I'm definitely going to give this bathroom 2 thumbs up. One last thing in the interior is the trailer is equipped with a Dometic air conditioner. I appreciate that they're using a premium brand. Let's talk price. Here's the sign on the trailer from the Florida show. Figures somewhere in the low 20s in US dollars with freight and fees, which puts this trailer squarely at the value end of the lightweight camper trailer market. It's time for my final thoughts on the LIV 16 FL. As I mentioned at the start of the video, we were really excited to see a LIV for the first time, and by and large, the 16 FL lived up to the expectations, but with a few caveats. First on the list of things we love is the composite construction. The material this camper is made of is unbelievably tough and will never rot or mold. The interior is bright and modern. The light dry weight of 1,750 pounds is impressive, but here's where we hit the first caveat. The trailer only hits that light weight if you order the optional aluminum frame. While I love the fact that you can get an aluminum frame, I wish it was standard. Other areas that could be improved include the lack of interior storage and the lack of windows. You should also keep in mind that as a relatively new RV company, there is some early adopter risk in buying one of these rigs. All in all, I love to see another lightweight composite camper option in the market, and the 16FL is worth a look for couples floor plan shoppers. If you'd like to see an even lighter couples camper with traditional construction, click the link on the screen. Big thank you to the sponsor of today's video, the Outin Mino portable espresso maker, your barista for adventure. Remember to check out the link and the 10% off discount code in the description. Until the next video, take care.